I think we're finally going to get that freeze that threatened us a few weeks ago, and I need to get a few things harvested beforehand. Primarily, the biggest thing that we need to harvest is our Kiwano jelly melons. They do not like it cold, and I'm getting mixed reviews on how well they do with handling a freeze. Now, I know the plant itself will die, but as far as the fruit, some research says they don't need to be refrigerated because the flavor changes and it's not very great after they're refrigerated, which stands to reason they don't need to stay out in 29-degree temperature. So I'm gonna get those harvested. And I noticed a few peppers. I think it was our orange spice jalapeno pepper that had a few that were ready to harvest, and I'm probably gonna pull that plant and move it inside the high tunnel, just to save it for next year because it didn't get a chance to bear very much. I think I had it in a poor location. So come on, let's get started. That's the color they'll eventually ripen to. I'm going to experiment because I need my own data for this to know. So I am going to leave one out here, a decent sized one, not a big one, but a decent sized one. So as I'm going through, I'll pick one that I'm going to leave. But these didn't mature, of course. They were too small. Kind of like when you get a unpollinated cucumber. That's what basically happened here and here. All right, so here we are. Now, all of the gloves that I could use to harvest these safely are latex that we have here at the house. So I'm going to be chopping and letting these drop and then going back and picking them up and then putting them in a basket. These thorns they hurt quite a bit. And these guys are tough little boogers. The most damage that they do is to each other, sticking each other with their, oh, that worked out great. Sticking each other with their thorns, so. Oh, these snippers are okay. How about that one? How about we leave that one there? That's a medium one. I'm gonna leave this one here. Doesn't have many thorns on this side of it, but that one there, I'm gonna leave it and see what happens with it. Uh-oh, gracious. There's a bunch of them, so I'm gonna get these harvested. It's 50-ish degrees out here, and so it's kind of frigid for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this done, and I'll come back and show you our grand total. All right, there we go. We got them. Just let me how you see your gloves, Brian. Hold your gloves out. Just hold them down. Turn them around. Yeah, so he had gloves that worked for us, and so I cut and dropped, and Brian came back and picked them up, and we're just gonna count them now and get them into our basket. I wanted to show you something too, if I can find one that's doing it. Is that one? They will secrete this, there's one, this red liquid. It looks like they're bleeding, and that's just a puncture from itself. Like one of the other ones punctured it, and that's what happens. The red secretions that come out of the Kiwano melon turn into a scab, kind of like we get when we get a scratch or an abrasion. That scab dries in place, sealing off the hole into the fruit. And as long as it stays in place, no air can get in and the fruit will mature just fine. But if that scab comes off, air gets in, and then we have a problem with rotting. It starts to rot, you know, one apple spoils a whole bunch. But for the most part, if we have any losses, it's only a few. So we're going to get these counted up just to see how many we got. I believe we had 3 plants this year. Maybe 4, but I believe it was 3 plants this year. all of that. This is a crazy plant, how much it is just self-sufficient, and it just doesn't like to be bothered, as I've said before in my other videos. All right, Brian, go ahead. Go ahead and start. Put them in the basket and let's count them up. All right, 38. That's not bad. And we left one on the plant over there, the one that I showed you guys, to see how it does through the freeze. So yeah, we're gonna leave that there, and the only thing left to do now is to go over and harvest those pumpkin jalapeno peppers. So let's yeah, here they are down here. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna show you guys. This is what happens when you forget that you have beans that need to be harvested. They get to be ginormous. Look at that huge bean. Almost looks like a fava bean. It's so big. Ugh. Look at that. Crazy. There was another really big one in here too. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Big old bean. And these are those peppers I was telling you guys about. And they're beautiful. These are the pumpkin jalapeno. Just beautiful peppers. Supposedly it's a fruity flavor. Don't know. It hasn't done well in this location. As you can see, the plant is pretty pitiful. So I'm just gonna pick these peppers, and we'll try again next year with this variety. Let's see if there's another one there. Alrighty. So that's that. We're gonna go in the house and warm up. I hope that oh, these flowers, they're so pretty. I'm learning that dahlias really don't like it very hot. They prefer cooler weather, but don't think they're gonna survive the freeze. So, but let's get one last look at their beauty.